Hey, this is nasty as fuck.
The episode you're about to listen to is extremely graphic and not safe for work. We do caution you, if you are going to listen to this in a public setting, please ensure that your headphones are plugged in now. Good luck, have fun, and happy Valentine's Day from the BooBois. Enjoy! You're listening to the BooBois podcast. Alrighty, well, my name's Dalton.
I'm Ivy.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Joey.
And we're the BooBois. And today we are going to go ahead and do our ultra super special Valentine's episode. It's going to be super fantastic. Today's topic is going to be the Bobbitts, or more specifically Lorena Bobbitt, just for the sake of Valentine's Day in general.
The world famous weenie remover.
There it goes.
Those two. Good.
The Free Willy movement.
The weenie remover. She freed some willies, or a willy specifically.
And Willy was freed.
Yes. Un willy.
The 90s, so this popped off in 1993 originally, and
Sure.
They literally went from 93 all the way to the 2000s, with Bobbitt fever for the longest time. So they definitely got no...
Bobbitt fever.
Anyway. So Lorena was born in Ecuador in 1969. Her father was a dental technician. She had two siblings and basically was just a middle-class family in Venezuela. And she got to move to the U.S. in 1987 to be a student. She started community college out here. And she basically was just a nanny until she started working in a nail salon. Pretty generic coming-of-age American dream type of story. And then we have John Wayne Bobbitt. Yes, that's his real name. His parents gave him that name.
John Wayne, you say.
He was born in 1967, so it does make sense that, generic white Americans would name their son after another generic white American.
That's fair.
Who frequently did racist things. But he was born in Buffalo, New York. So, of course, he also had a really shitty New York kind of attitude.
Of course.
And to add on top of that, he enlisted into the Marines because why not? And was just generally kind of an asshole until he met Lorena.
Wait.
He stopped being an asshole? Yeah.
So he meets Lorena at an enlistment bar, basically where the VFW meets young guys. And the two hit it off, and for 10 whole months they were in pure love. And she never got to actually kiss him or be more physical than a hug, because her parents were very, very strict on whether or not she could actually do that kind of a thing. So they ended up getting married in less than a year. Surprise, surprise. Because when people have to save it till marriage, they definitely jump into things that they shouldn't.
Cut that short.
Especially if it's just a hobby.
Yeah, cut that short, huh? Okay, we'll get that.
So they were married. They were married in June of 1989. Now, for Lorena, unfortunately, she claims that the abuse basically in their relationship started right off the bat. Within a few weeks of their marriage, she says that he changed completely. He was never a mean or rude person when they were dating, but once that ring got put on her finger, he immediately became a different type of man.
Of course.
One of the times that she was actually in the car with him and his brother, he was drunk driving and refused to let her drive and was going almost 100 miles per hour. And so she asked him to slow down. And when he didn't do so and started swerving the car, she grabbed the steering wheel out of fear. And because he didn't really like that, he punched her in the chest and caused her to hit back into the passenger side of the door, where his brother basically cheered him on from the back seat, probably a drunken mess as well.
Probably.
And that was the first time that she states that there was ever any physical altercations from him. And that was only a couple of weeks into their marriage.
Wow.
The first time where she thought, well, that's weird.
Huh.
That's suspicious.
So apparently most of their arguments typically would stem from John's spending habits and him letting just random people stay at their house all the time without consulting her. So she would just wake up and there'd be people in her house. And I feel if that were me, I'd be pretty upset by that too. But apparently once John got out of the Marines, he couldn't hold a job to save his life. So she basically was the breadwinner of the house, which I'm sure didn't cause his attitude to be any better. So if he was overspending on their budget, there was nothing she could do because he was bigger than her.
Yep.
During We get further into this in a minute, but during their court case, they made a point to point out that she only weighed 95 pounds at the age of 23, and he was like stocked, buff, like 200-something military 6-foot guy, Marine 6-foot guy, who basically at one point tried to say like, no, she beats me. It's just like, when you just look at the two next to each other, you're like, okay.
Alright, seems legit.
It's not to say that she couldn't have. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right. It's not as likely, given his background.
Well, especially like her being an immigrant, being raised the way she wasn't even allowed to have physical contact with him until they were married. Right. So the likelihood that she would even have the balls to physically like be negative towards him seems ridiculous.
Your evidence doesn't hold up, sir.
So he would have the balls.
Well,
so he would only
have the balls. At one point during their marriage, Lorena states that John had forced her to even get an abortion because he didn't want to have children. He took her to the clinic and then made fun of her the entire time that they were there, stating that she was going to die. That sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
During all of this,
pretty bad.
During all of this, John, of course, states that he never did any of that. He was never violent, never physically violent, and would never have said those types of things to anyone in that kind of situation. But of course not. Once we get into his criminal history, you might think differently.
Yeah. Doesn't try to be a police officer at some point by chance?
I wouldn't be surprised, but I didn't see anything about it. Unless it was in a porno.
So far, the only porno I know that he was in was the Frankenpeenie.
He was in 3.
With his Frankenpeenie?
Yeah, 1 with his regular Frankenpeenie and 2 with like an enlarged Frankenpeenie.
Oh,
a revenge.
And that doesn't go very well, but we'll get into that.
Some people just aren't meant for porn.
Frankenpeenie.
So in 1991, John essentially gets in trouble because he's beating on Lorena. He actually gets taken to jail overnight and gets pressed with charges that cause them to essentially split up for an entire year. He goes to counseling and gets the charges dropped off of his forever personal file. And they basically split up for an entire year. They lived separate lives, and then they kind of reconciled and decided to give it another shot. They decided to get back together in April of 1993, and they got a new apartment together, and he promised that he would change.
Oh.
Well,
yep, that always works.
John Wayne Bobbitt did not change.
2 months later, after rejoining, John came home drunk to their new apartment with a friend, proceeded to go into the bedroom, and according to Lorena, raped her, basically just took advantage of her being there and not being willing to fight back against him. What people think happened was, through everything that she was going through with him, she was depressed and really just not mentally there, and that she just kind of snapped and went into a dissociative state that caused her to not necessarily recognize what she was doing. So after he finished and he fell asleep, she, in her own statement, stated that she laid there for about an hour, and then she got up and went into the kitchen to get a glass of water. And while she was standing in the kitchen, she saw the knife on the counter, and she took the knife, she walked back into the bedroom, she lifted up the blanket, she took his dick in her hand, she held it up, and just cut it off. And while still holding the knife and the dick in her hand, turned around, walked out of the bedroom, walked downstairs, went to her car, got in the car, and drove away.
You kept the knife and dick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did she go?
She clearly wasn't thinking clearly.
No. It was a very simple plan.
Very simple. Essentially what she did was she had the knife in her hand and the dick in her hand. She got into the car and started driving. She didn't have an exact place to go in mind, but she basically went through muscle memory and just started driving to work. But she was having trouble steering the car with both hands full, so she decided to roll down the window and threw the dick out the window.
Fuck the dick. Leave it.
Oh, this is a problem.
The dick landed...
my dick out the window! On the highway!
The dick landed in a field across the street from a 7-Eleven. And she continued on her merry way. She went to work at the nail salon.
Classy.
I think I saw your dick. It was outside 7-Eleven.
It looked like
find your dick. It's good combo.
Someone just coming out with their big gulp or something, just like...
They throw the dick in
It's
his
a penis.
They just like throw the dick in a slushie, you know?
So once she gets to work, the place that she worked, the boss, the owner of the actual nail salon, lived above the salon. So she started banging on the door, and her boss came downstairs, who she was also like friends with. She'd worked there for a number of years. Her boss comes downstairs, and she's like, "What's going on?" And Lorena's like, "I cut his dick off." And her boss is like,
Always lead a conversation that strongly.
Strong.
Yeah, hell of an introduction. There's no fat on that street.
and I mean, like, she's covered in blood.
Everything
There's
is
a
implied
problem.
there. It's a quick, right to the point. That's how you intro, okay?
So,
But this could be
How are
inciting
you?
incident.
No, like, here's what I did today.
Nope.
We just get straight to the point. Here's my problem. I need you.
so she obviously goes into more detail. She tells her boss, she's like, he'd hit me, he had raped me, he'd done this, he'd done that. And so her boss is like, well, you have to call the police. And she's like, you're right. So Lorena calls the police. And she's like, my husband is back at home, dick cut off, bleeding out, dick field next to the 7-Eleven. You guys can find it. I believe in you. Click. Done. She did her job.
Get
She
the
was
dick
done.
detector out.
So they immediately send people out because they're like, well, fuck. So they send an ambulance over to the house as well as a police cruiser. And then the police cruiser
Or he's
back
just
to the
laying there
house.
drunk, bleeding out the whole time.
Well,
Like,
so then if we
like-
circle back over to John, so she cuts his dick off while he's sleeping. So he wakes up to this. And in his own words, he was so like drunk and asleep that when it happened, he didn't even feel it. He didn't know
he
that
woke
it
up
had
with his
happened.
dick.
So when he woke up, he noticed that there was blood on him, but he didn't realize what was bleeding or that it was really happening in that moment. Part of him thought it might have been a dream. So once he had a little bit of clarity and he realized that was actually happening, he was like, oh no, I shouldn't go back to sleep, because he almost just rolled back over. So he got out of bed, and the police even said when they went into the apartment, you could see where he had been like laying in the bed and it pooled around him, and then where he got up and it like spurt onto the floor, and then he walked out and you could see like the trail of blood from him doing that. So according to John, he like got up. And you know, I don't have a dick, but I just want to know, like, what's the real likelihood that if your dick got cut off, you'd be able to just stand up and walk?
Well, it's not like it helps us with balance. It's
Yeah.
No, but like, wouldn't it hurt?
tail.
Wouldn't it hurt?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I've been like a normal kick in the balls will have you keeled over for minutes, like not being able to put your legs under you for minutes.
Yeah, but
I assume being drunk would neutralize a lot of that, but you have to be very drunk, and you know you'd be in a hell of a lot of pain. But I do think you could walk around. Like I don't think it's going to impair your movement.
Like a hobble.
It is the oddest benefit of whiskey dick. It is definitely not something that comes up a lot, or at all.
yeah, or
Well,
Much.
Like whiskey dick, like that's like the one time it's helpful. If it gets
So-
cut off.
You had your balls cut open. You were
Yeah.
hobbling around.
But that was on Valium.
Yeah, but you were still hobbling around now for like a week.
But that was the balls too, not the dick.
That's true.
yeah.
And once
I mean,
there
also
was this guy.
when like a body gets cut off, there's also a giant rush of adrenaline. So probably, like, you know,
does he have the rush of adrenaline though? If he's not actually like
Doesn't seem-
coherent to what's happening?
I mean,
Yeah,
Let's
but,
think of
like,
it this way,
before you
too.
realize it's happening.
let's think of it this way too, right? Like that's definitely that didn't just happen moment, right? Like,
Yeah.
I can understand that guy's line of thought, especially if he's that blitzed. He's just like, no,
This isn't real. There's no way. There's no way.
I'm just.
I won't. I'll get to that.
No.
So,
that
This
would
will be a funny dream in the morning.
Nope.
so he gets up.
About this.
He walks out of the bedroom. He walks into the living room where his friend is asleep on the couch, and he's holding his dick or nub, and he
He's looking
has
for
to
one.
wake his friend up, and he's like, "Hey, like
My
I
dick got away."
got a situation." And according to
We have an
him,
escape.
he's like, "We need to go to the hospital." And his friend is like, okay, give me a minute, and went to the bathroom and like brushed his teeth, and then they left to the hospital.
Priorities.
So,
I gotta get this vomit out of my
He was
mouth.
like, what if I meet a hot nurse?
so his friend drives
Yeah,
him
my
to
friend
the
has no
hospital.
dick. I still got mine.
His friend drives him to the hospital, And at that point, like Lorena's already gone, basically made it to work. And so now he's like doing his whole thing. So they're both separated. Now the cops are also on the way to the apartment and they get there and there's nobody there. So they go in because they think that somebody may possibly be bleeding out. And they see the trail of blood and they're like, dude's not even here. Dick's not in the apartment. We need to find the dick. Because as we all know, being working class people, when you tell someone specific details, they don't always tell everyone the details. So even though Lorena told the dispatcher, Dick is in field by 7-Eleven, nobody told anybody that. So the cops in the apartment were like, maybe Lorena ate the dick. They literally thought she ate it. Like sashimi, just like sucked it up.
Just a little snack.
So then, instead of looking for the dick, they were looking for Lorena.
Yeah, alright.
Do they have a description of the dick when they're on the lookout? Like,
Caucasian.
looking for a dick, it's a grower.
Caucasian.
So,
between 2 and 5 inches. He's got a little wrinkle on the underside of his little head.
So the cops freak out.
Smaller because he's a little cold.
The cops freak out and they message back to dispatch. And they're using walkie-talkies because there's no cell phones at this point in time. So anybody that's listening to this radio feed is going to hear everything that's happening. And there's some crazy nut jobs out there that are listening to radio.
Right?
So
imagine you have a police scanner and you just hear like, Burger 1-2, we got a lost dick over at 435 N Street.
The thing is, the main cop that was actually handling the investigation wasn't sure if he was actually allowed to say the word penis over the radio. So he was like, the male genitalia is missing. It's not the scrotum or the testicles, but
you can say those, but you can't
the
say
genitals. Yeah. He was like, I can't say penis on the radio. So
like a vagina, but for guys.
So he's like, the dick's not here. And once that gets back to dispatch is like, oh, she said it's by the field. But now they have to go and find this field. So they call out multiple squad cars and the fire department to go and search through this grassy knoll to try and find this dude's dick. So at that point, Lorena is telling her boss, like, he raped me. And so her boss is like, well, we have to go to the hospital because she has to go get a rape kit. So they take her to the hospital. And then John went to the hospital because his dick got cut off. So now they're both at the same hospital because they're in a small town in fucking Virginia. Right. And so now they're both in the same hospital, just on opposite ends.
Each other in the hallway, like,
is that Spider-Man meme?
Yeah.
So they're both in the hospital. The cops and firefighters are looking for a dick, and everybody's just like buzzing around. So it takes them about an hour, but a firefighter ends up finding the dick in a random spot in the grass. And so they go to the 7-Eleven and they rinse it off and they put his dick in a hot dog bag. Like if you bought a hot dog and you put it in they put his dick in a hot dog bag. So they then put that hot dog bag on ice and they took it.
Poor 7-Eleven clerk that day, and the fire department just comes in. They're like, "We need a hot dog bag," and they're waving a dick around.
So
they're waving their badge and everything to commandeer this hot dog bag.
You had a question, Joey, about whether or not the dick loses color when it doesn't have blood in it, or when it's chopped off.
It either gets very pale or just shrivels up entirely.
So it just gets kind of pale, not like pale white per se. It's still kind of rosy, at least his was. I did look at the crime photos of it, and she really didn't, like, either he had a really small one or like she just got it like right, like just below the tip.
Well, again, was he a grower or a shower? Because I assume he didn't get hard.
Well, neither now.
Well, it depends on if she rubbed him a little bit first.
Wait, have you seen Frankenpeenie?
No, I saw his dismembered penis, like not attached to him.
Yeah, but like the Frankenpeenie though with
No, I didn't see the Franken. I did watch the video.
How long along the shaft it just changes tone entirely?
I did watch the video of him after he got it enlarged, and you could. It's like, I mean, it looked like a circumcision scar at that point, where it's like there was discoloration, but it was like fucked up looking when I saw it. But we'll get into that. So they find his dick and they put it on ice and they take it to the hospital. Oh, side note for anyone ever listening, if you ever like lose a limb or like not a limb, but like a finger or a toe or something like that, you're not actually supposed to put it on ice because that closes up the capillaries and like where the idea is like it'll keep it fresh, it basically will kill it faster. So you want to try and keep it like body temperature.
It basically has like
Fun
frost
facts. Yeah.
You want to keep it like around 90 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to put his dick in the microwave.
Just put it in.
Turn the heat on in the truck. Hold it in front of the vent.
So
Imagine getting into that Uber ride. There's just somebody that hops into your back seat and they're just breathing on their dismembered unit. And you're just sitting there like, drive! You're like, what the fuck?
Hospital.
Shouldn't you put that on ice? No, I know what I'm doing. I heard this in a
I'll get the
podcast.
survival book.
oh my god.
Maybe you should pee on it.
So they get his dick on ice, and they're in this small town in Virginia, so that's not like they have super far to go. So they're able to get his dick to the hospital in time. They get to the hospital, and they're like, "We got his dick," and they're like, "Awesome." Now they have to call in a specialist to try and like sew his dick back on because they can't just have anybody sew his dick back on. They have to get like a microvascular like person to be able to actually reattach like all of the little bits back together so it could possibly be functional. And after 9 hours in surgery, the doctor is able to get his dick put back on. And 2 weeks later, John Bobbitt called his mother to let her know that he got an erection so that the surgery was a success.
His dick works.
So proud of her
What?
little boy.
Called his mommy?
Yeah.
Like,
Mom,
mommy,
you're
guess
never
what?
gonna
My
believe
dick
this.
still grows.
Oh my god, Bob. Guess what?
It's just like the first time he told me. All those years ago.
He didn't want to hear it then either.
Feels like the first time. Feels like the very first time.
So they told him that there was a chance that his dick might not even work anymore. Like there was a really high possibility that it just might not. So the fact that he got a boner was a really exciting moment for him.
I mean,
Full job.
good on the surgeon who managed to do that.
Do you think he just like watched porn every day, just like just waiting?
No,
like, come on,
I'm
boy.
sure.
No,
I'm
he was
sure
in the
it was a
hospital for
period
3
of time.
weeks, and he got a boner in the second week. So it was probably a hot nurse that turned him on.
I'm sure there was a period of time also where it would have just been straight up painful to get a boner, like it would have split stitches or something. So
Yep.
like,
Probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Been there.
Yep. It's only on the balls too. Like
my
if it's the
roommate,
actual
one of
do
my
not
roommates in
recommend.
college had a testicular torsion when he was in high school.
Oh.
Which is like you also need a surgery for that. It's essentially when your ball tubes twist up.
Yeah.
And he said it was like the most painful experience of his life as well. And just couldn't he had like 3 weeks of like not being able to function.
Happens to 1 in 5 guys.
That's a large number.
Testicular torsion.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeesh.
Glad I don't have those.
Yeah, because there isn't enough going wrong with the fucking uterus.
If it was just easier to get rid of the whole unit, that'd be, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's not.
I mean, it is. It's just not.
It is.
You can get spayed?
They
What are you talking about?
Gonna go get
we're just gonna.
I'm just saying these are the. I like to use the pet terms because I think they're funny. When we get neutered, what are you talking about?
I mean,
Yes.
the neutering process is much different than a vasectomy process, though.
I'm aware. It's a castration, a neutering.
You still get the skin.
I'm sure it shrivels up.
They still have ball skin. It still has the little ball area.
Ball skin. Ball skin.
The ball.
Like they take the balls out, but they still keep the skins.
Feel the same penis.
Ball skin.
Probably. You
Probably.
probably say ball skin on the radio before you said penis.
What a prude.
I mean, you can say pig skin. Why can't you say ball skin?
Where's that ball skin?
Ball skin Robbins.
Ball skin Robin. Oh,
Motherfucker on ball skin.
yeah, I like.
Ball's so hard, motherfuckers trying to ball skin.
Say again, Daniel.
Just ball skin Robin. I mean, that's all. I didn't really think
Robbins.
Ball skin
Ball skin Robbins. 32
23
flavors. 31 flavors, or whatever it is.
31 flavors.
so.
They're
Like
all a little salty.
so
Okay,
like
but all the flavors are represented by like Fenty foundation shades.
So like the guys, there's some dudes like coming out of that 7-Eleven, right? They have like a slushie in their hand, or like, dude, is that
Is it
Just on the
penis?
No,
Dude,
it
just
was
like
far enough in the
in the
grass that it
middle
was
of
hard for
the-
people to find.
Some dudes in the middle
Probably
of the
'cause
winter
it was so
standing
small.
outside with like fucking steam coming off of their 7-Eleven coffee, and they're just like, "Hey, man, you see that on the ground over there? Is that a penis?"
Yeah, that's my dude.
And a bird comes down, and starts pecking at it. They're like, "I think it's a penis."
Should we?
Picking at the
Fuck no.
I'm not picking up the penis.
On the ground, you touch it.
You can touch the penis.
Right.
I ain't gay. I'm not touching that.
Yeah, exactly. So like on that
Yep.
gate, like with the officers that were too scared to like say penis or whatever. So like when they found it, the dude that found it was like, oh, I could have touched this. Oh,
Yeah, you got like tweezers out to pick the dick up.
Probably
Drop
like
it into an
gloves.
evidence
Yeah,
bag.
the cops probably had gloves.
Dropped it into an evidence bag.
I wonder if the conversation between them had to include, do I sanitize it because they need to do something with this? Or do I not do it because it's evidence?
Fingerprint.
Did they pull fingerprints from his dick?
Did they pull fingerprints from his dick?
No. Why would they?
Let's see who cut it off.
Lorena
I just
said
wanna
she
know
cut
if
it
that was
off.
a
She called
Yeah,
them and
but-
said
but
that
they-
she
but-
did it.
Well, okay, but we need to do a thorough investigation here.
No, she admitted it
There might have been a
immediately.
third party involved.
Yeah, it'd be different if she was like, oh, his friend came in and cut it off and I left.
It would have been smarter.
Yeah.
Yes, his drunk friend, chopped his dick off,
Jealous that he wanted Lorena.
Exactly.
and then I
And
ran
that's
away.
why he brushed his teeth before he took him to the hospital.
So if anyone wants to check the BooBois chat,
Missing.
Oh
Oh
boy!
my.
Oh boy!
that's my favorite
Looks like
photo.
a thumb.
It looks like he's
Oh
holding
my.
himself.
Oh, you
No,
poor
that
dude!
looks- That looks
Oh
like someone's
my.
thumb.
That's
Oh
not
my!
I just love
I
how
did
that
not
guy's holding the
expect tissue
photo.
to look like that.
Space
He's just. I went to college.
for this.
I
That dude
finished
went
my
to
trade.
so much college. He passed the bar. This dude, like 5 years as like an underwriter.
Right? Like, I'm not going to argue with the check. I'm just saying it's not what I expected
Yeah.
to be in this position for.
Wow.
Shit.
Wowie.
I like to
That's
submit
sad.
videos.
And you, and you,
Tell
you said there
photos.
wasn't much more than that on him? That's sad.
I mean, it looked okay. It was like average. It was hard when I saw it. But like,
He went and chopped my dick off.
so the hospital said that John had actually lost a third of the blood volume, like within himself. So he lost a shit ton of blood. So it's also no wonder that he didn't feel anything. He was basically delirious at that point.
Blood.
Wow. So John had to stay in the hospital for 3 weeks. The first 2 weeks, the first week he was like healing up and everything. The second week, obviously he popped a boner, and the third week they said he was good to go. So that's when the trials and stuff started, and that's when they started going to court and everything like that for basically what he was being charged for and what she was being charged for.
Right.
Yeah, imagine sitting in that courtroom and thinking a month ago she was my wife and I had my dick.
So,
And now I did some terrible things, and now I
And I
have
got-
neither a wife nor a dick, and I'm probably going to jail.
well, and he's the
Instead,
type of guy who believed that he was
I am the
innocent
dick.
the whole way through.
Yeah,
So
I'm
he
sure.
sat there and
I'm sure
was
he did.
like, "Oh, now I don't have a dick, and I'm the victim," kind of a thing.
Right. First.
Yeah, exactly.
So when arrested, Lorena actually gave a statement, which kind of ended up fucking her later on. But basically, she didn't speak English very well, and she just had these like white ass Virginia cops like questioning her in a room by herself, and she had no idea
course.
like what all was going to happen to her. So they arrested her, and she gave a statement that said, "He always has orgasm, and he doesn't wait for me to ever have orgasm, and he's selfish." And that was part of like essentially her reasoning on why she cut off his dick. Yeah, which
Right.
doesn't sound very good because once she goes into detail later about the events of like everything that happens leading up to it and of the night, clearly that's not what she meant to convey, but because she didn't
Right.
really
She
understand what
was-
was happening. Also,
She was trying to convey that it was assault, but it came out just like he's selfish and
right.
I don't get up.
Well, also it came to a point where they believed that the police may have actually been baiting her,
Steering the
and
crap.
yeah, they were basically
Yeah.
telling her like, "Oh, your husband just makes you mad sometimes, doesn't he?" Like,
Leading the witness.
yeah. But she
Dumb
would have had
feeling
no
that-
way to fight that because she, again, is not a native English speaker, so she wouldn't have even been able to tell that that's what was happening.
Not a native
Was this
English
case
spanker.
like public knowledge before the trial kicked off? Like, while he was still in the hospital?
Oh yeah, 100%. The minute it was said over the radio that the guy got his dick cut off, widespread throughout the entire town.
Of course.
Like, Debbie at dispatch was calling Karen, and Karen told Sharon, and Sharon called Kelly, and Kelly told Mary, and Mary told, and it went all over the place.
Larry King the next morning at CNN, R.I.P. by the way, but the next morning just like, and a man in Virginia has apparently lost his pecker. His smecker was removed by his angry wife, and now he's down his schmeck, his schlacher, you know.
Wow. The whole list pulled up there, don't you?
I assume Larry King was Jewish. I'm not sure.
He was.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. He definitely had that vibe.
So both sides, obviously, John and Lorena, claimed different stories of how the night down.
Of course.
John claimed that he came home and was not drunk whatsoever. He was just really tired. He went to bed, and she wanted to have sex, and he didn't really want to deal with it, so he just let her get on top. He claims that she basically jerked him off until he got hard, climbed on top, and then banged him out, and then once he fell asleep, decided to cut his dick off. Because she was mad that he wouldn't, do it with her. Which is a whole lot of, that's a lot of extra steps. And I don't know any fucking woman that would do that.
No.
Personally, at least. So, that's what his story was. And of course, as he retells the story over and over, little details kind of don't make sense. But the same thing happens with her as she starts telling the story about how he came home and he was drunk and he was abusive to her, and he pushed her up against the wall and caused her to be afraid of him. So then when he tried to have sex with her and she told him no, he got aggressive and threw him on the bed and did everything else. And then that's when she decided to cut his dick off. But every time they tell the story, each of them would have little things that were a little different each time. So both sides of everyone were kind of unsure who was actually telling the truth. But it came to a point where the public really sided with John because at the time, people didn't view the ability for a wife to be raped by her husband because basically it was seen as once you're married, you're each other's property. If one wants to have sex with the other, you're supposed to do that because you're married. Doesn't matter if you don't want to, you're married. That's how it goes. And that's how a lot of people looked at it. So she was kind of fucked in that sense because all of the people that were judging her were men that were now sympathetic for him losing his dick. And then you had the media jumping in on it too. And they, just like Larry King from Joey's joke there, 100%, oh, his poor dick, he has no dick, he's dickless. Everybody exploded about his dick. Nobody cared about the fact that there was an assault that actually took place.
I'm picturing Sean Hannity just yelling at somebody, just angry as fuck, and this man has no dick now. And we're just supposed, and this is clearly Bill Clinton's fault as president for not getting this man's dick secure, not guaranteeing dickonomic security to every person.
Dickonomic.
Dickonomic.
I'm throwing spitballs here. Okay.
But that's really how it went though. There were people doing that. There were comedians and there were politicians and there were people commenting on this that were all just
a good year for stand up.
Oh my, it was. No, it really was. You can literally go back and look, and there was a huge craze of Bobbitt jokes. SNL hit it. Weird Al Yankovic made a song about it. It's noted in multiple songs. It's a big thing. It definitely hit a giant part of society. And what's sad about it is it's all from the perspective of, oh, boo-hoo, poor John. And that's the really shitty part of this actual, thing. Is, he was this really shitty guy who basically got boosted because he lost his dick.
Nolan's hitting it right on the money there. That's just part of the time, especially, where if there was any kind of case even remotely like this, whether it be a domestic abuse case or just an actual rape case or something like that, if a woman defends herself in that time frame, it is likely that she will be written off as a crazy antagonist in the case, especially if it gets media attention. And it's just, there is a lot of injustice for that time frame because of it.
Well,
it
so
sucks.
What we end up seeing is during the trial, Lorena is trying to state her side and saying that he sexually, physically, mentally, and emotionally abused her on multiple different occasions. And basically everybody was just like, where's your proof? Because she didn't have bruises and marks and scars and things like that to show them in court on that day. And it's like, even though in 91 she actually did like have him arrested and stuff, because it wasn't 5 days within the event occurring, they basically just like dismissed it and said that doesn't count. So it doesn't matter how many times people saw it happen. It doesn't matter how many times the cops were actually called or how much of a dick this guy was without there being something literally right before it happened. They didn't care. Because obviously she's just, you know, a crazy lady, just doesn't want to listen to her husband, which isn't how things worked at that time. So basically her lawyers, seeing that being a dead end, because they basically were just like, where's your proof? And she didn't have any. They kind of went with the only route that they could go for her, which was stating that she had clinical depression and PTSD from him basically abusing her for so long. And at one point, she had a friend, like her boss that like she went to see and stuff like that, actually heard him tell her on the phone that he said, I will find you whether we're divorced or separated. I will find you and I'll have sex with you whether you want to or not. And
without the dick? He's gonna do it without the dick.
No, that was prior to the dick chop.
Oh, prior. Okay.
And even with witnesses, multiple witnesses saying that he was a violent person, he was an angry person, that he would get like really rude when he was drunk and stuff like that. Even like his own friends saying that he was an asshole. They all were just like, yeah, but she doesn't have proof. So they were just like, suck to suck. Suck it up, buttercup, basically. So she chopped it off. No. So
remove the problem.
She basically put him on trial for rape during that night, and he was acquitted because she had no proof. They just dropped it because she couldn't prove it. Like, even though she did the rape kit and it proved that she had had sex that night, they couldn't prove it was rape because he said it wasn't.
And this was 3 weeks after the fact, right? Because they had to wait for him to recover.
Right, because he couldn't leave the hospital. She got the rape kit done that night, so I mean, they had results from that the time of it happening, but they didn't care because he said it wasn't, and that was it.
Right.
That's all they needed was a man to say it wasn't. So. Right.
And what year exactly was this again in the 90s?
93.
93. It's like the same year marital rape.
It's because of this case.
Yeah.
Oh,
this case is what causes that to escalate.
Perfect.
Gotcha.
Lorena was basically, during her side of the case, was deemed not guilty due to insanity, and she had to spend 45 days in a state mental hospital to be basically watched and made sure that she wasn't a crazy woman who chopped her husband's dick off for no reason.
Right, of course. Because she's the danger to society, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't have people without dicks.
You can. I mean, about half the population doesn't have dicks,
but we're understanding that more and more now.
As time goes on, we need fewer and fewer.
So basically, she goes to the mental hospital, and eventually she does get out, and, you know, she just tries to put everything mostly behind her as much as she can. They'd file for divorce, but it takes so long with all their court proceedings and stuff that they actually don't even get divorced until 1995. So,
wow.
Yeah, it took them 2 years. Can you imagine going to
court being confused while you're there exactly? Am I here for the divorce case or for the rape case?
So, in an attempt to pay a lot of the medical bills that John basically had acquired because of this, because she didn't actually have to pay him for that, because I don't really know. I didn't see anything about why she kind of got out of that. I think it's because of the insanity thing. She wasn't guilty, so she didn't have to pay him. But he still had to pay his medical bills for being in the hospital for those 3 weeks, for getting everything reattached and trying to get it all set back together. So, since he didn't...
Universal healthcare back then, huh, John?
So, since he hadn't had a job since he was in the Marines, he had basically no money to go off of. And now he was in this random spotlight of the media giving him all this attention for not having a dick. And he was like, how can I make money off of this? His first idea, he started a band in the 90s. It was a grunge band, of course. Any guesses to what it was called?
Popping off.
John Wayne and the Stubbs.
That's good. No.
A real slice.
Me and my knob.
Daniel?
2 balls, no banana.
Lonely days at 7-Eleven.
Severed parts.
Severed. I was gonna say half cut.
So they actually severed parts. The band sold merchandise that were T-shirts that said "uncut" with the picture of Lorena holding a knife, and John would sign it, and that was how they tried to make money. But unfortunately, his band fucking sucked. And they made no real money on shows and stuff. He made a little bit of money off of the merchandise because people wanted the T-shirts, but nobody bought his CDs.
But nobody wanted to listen to them sing.
Exactly.
Yeah, what did he? Did he play or did he sing?
Both.
Wow.
So he's still trying to pay his medical bills and stuff like that, and he gets offered this grand idea, since his dick works, to be in a porno. And he starts his first porno, which is John Wayne Uncut. Ha ha ha. And it's actually a foretelling of his own life, where there's even a woman that is Lorena in the porno that he fucks.
Ew.
Yeah, super great. So after he does that, he gets a little money and he pays for his medical bills, and he's just still riding this high of being in the media.
You're telling me this man.
People feeling bad that he doesn't have a dick.
You're telling me of all mediums to make your autobiography, and this man decided to make a pornography autobiography.
So,
I mean,
John,
One shot.
Howard Stern sees this porno, and he reaches out, and he's like, "Hey man, you got your dick sewn back on, but doesn't look that great. We're gonna run a telethon to get you enough money to get an enhancement."
Telethon.
And they did. Yep. And they do. And he raises almost $250,000 to get his dick
Howard Stern changed the world.
enhanced.
Why?
So
it looks better.
Well, not just better. He doesn't want it to just look better. He wanted it to be bigger and fuller and thicker and be able to do tricks and things like that. So he goes to a random, Hollywood doctor to do this enhancement. Now, the enhancement that he was supposed to be going in for had already been given terrible reviews, and people were suing this doctor consistently over terrible hack jobs. And he just, still decided to go with it. It was the equivalent of going to a doctor today and them not wearing a mask and being like, "No, your chakra's fine. We're not going to do surgery. It's okay." He basically went to this hack job doctor, and it was like, "Fuck me up, fam," and the doctor did. So...
And the doctor did.
He did 2 more pornos after he got the enhancement, and one of the porno actresses, she basically said that it resembled a dented Red Bull can. And if you watch...
Wait. 8.6 ounce or 12 ounce?
8.6. They didn't have the 12 ounce back then.
It's still dented.
So... The porno she's referring to is Frankenpenis.
I want to know where the dent was.
If you watch the movie, you will see it. It's very
I want to know. This new dick that he got. Was it a regular Red Bull can, and then he got it stuck in a door or something, and that's where the dent came from? He wasn't used to it, right? He's got phantom limbs.
I think they tried to give him a little bit of a curve, and it just didn't work out very well.
There's just a
You got a dick like the Riddler's cane.
I add a curve for flavor. And it was
they needed to curve it like a pottery class, but they used a hammer method instead.
Oh shit! No gentle fingers here.
There's nothing gentle about this.
No.
So he stars in 3 pornos. He's in the original first one, which is John Wayne Bobbitt Uncut, and then he's got Frankenpenis. Which does have a Bride of Frankenpenis in it as well, and also has Ice-T in it, which is wild. I didn't know that. Yeah. I sent the cast list into the chat. I guess none of you guys friggin' looked at it, but I looked at it, gold. And then there was also a 3rd porno. All 3 of these pornos also, by the way, are directed by Ron Jeremy, of course, the fucking creep himself.
Oh, yeah.
The 3rd one that he was in was actually basically what you would consider a B-rated low-budget porno called Buttman Nudes of Poppin' 2.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that for me?
Poppin' 2?
Buttman.
You mind just going over that one more time?
Buttman nudes a poppin' too.
Nice. Second one. I was
So
waiting.
what's the first one about?
Buttman nudes a poppin' is the first one.
Was there ever a trequel?
I would assume not.
Treacle, my guy.
The second one got very, very bad reviews.
I bet.
It's like the bad, shitty guy version of Girls Gone Wild.
Buttman and Poppin'.
Yeah,
Like-
guy's gone fucking penisless.
John even attempted these are all things just he's trying to do to make money at this point because he doesn't have a real job. And at one point, he even was on an episode of WWE. He wasn't on there. He wasn't on there to wrestle. He was on there to console another wrestler called Val Venus, who had supposedly gone through something similar.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna kick your ass, Sting. You got my dick cut off. And you're gonna experience the pain.
The episode he was on did have Stone Cold Steve Austin.
3 minutes with the bone saw.
The bones.
I had to bring up Spider-Man with that.
So good. How could you not?
It's gonna go our Serial Man.
Did he actually give good advice during the consolation?
God, yeah, I did. What was the advice he gave him?
Coffee's like,
Hang in there, champ.
I get that, champ.
Wow.
We'll get to the Onyx Circle, lads. Just chop the penises off.
The last fun little piece of information. This is the one I was excited to tell you, Joey. This one didn't make John any money or anything like that, and it's actually, I think, more resembled for Lorena than it is for John, to be honest, but that's my own opinion. They actually named a special little ocean critter after the Bobbitts. It's called the Bobbitt worm, and it attacks its prey with scissor-like jaws.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Does it look like a dick?
It does, and it's like black and yellow, and it's got these little like pincher thingies.
I've seen that on a documentary.
Please send a picture. Please send a picture. I am excited for this. I'm pulling the chat up right now.
You can literally Google Bobbitt worm and it pops up. Like they it's real. It's real. They actually named it the fucking Bobbitt worm.
This is fucking hysterical. It looks like some shit that you'd see in like a space movie.
Yeah.
It's like iridescent.
Like I wish.
It's got these weird kind of like outward kind of. It's got a face like the crab monsters from Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
I fucking wish I had known about this when we did the.
Oh, I've seen that video.
Chimpicators.
That is fucking hysterical. I've seen that video of it grabbing the fish.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Dude, what if when she went to cut his dick off, it just did that? Just grabbed her own.
Yeah, that's what it.
This one, like.
When I read that, I was like, "That's amazing! I can't wait."
This thing is fucking nasty.
It really just like extended its jaw and is like.
It looks like the kind of shit that'd be on Skull Island in a King Kong movie.
See, like that's the kind of shit I was thinking about the Mongolian death worm.
Yes. Sea death worm. 10-foot Bobbitt worm is the ocean's most disturbing predator. Jesus Christ, they're 10 feet.
Yeah, it's a really funny Google search, the Bobbitt worm length.
I'm sure he wanted a 10-foot Bobbitt worm.
Well, he tried. Didn't go very well.
Yeah, he ended up with a hooked Bobbitt.
He ended up with a vented Red Bull can.
He ended up with a Bobbitt lamprey or a Bobbitt eel.
Boomerang penis.
Also, okay, so the way that they do that enhancement is that they take fat out of another part of your body and they put it into your penis, basically. It's the same kind of thing that they do
like
for...
a skin graft almost.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing that they do for asses and tits, too. Well, not really tits, but like asses and whatever like girls do.
Right.
But it's just like, how do you fuck that up so bad? But also, I don't know how I would feel if I met someone with a Red Bull can-sized dick. That seems a little scary.
Like it has a giant dent in it.
Depends on the dent. The dent could be interesting.
He has to pop the top before he engages.
Like, I am morbidly curious about like the daily goings-ons of having said Red Bull penis too. Like, how do you shop for pants, right? Like,
I have-
are you going for the skinny jeans to show off the Red Bull?
Skinny jeans
penis?
weren't the style
Or
back
They're gonna
then.
be in a place with kids.
Skinny jeans weren't the style back then. You'd be going with like straight leg dad wranglers. Also,
Oh, they'd be
fun
all right.
fact: before he got the enhancement, just after he got the penis fixed, basically, there was a time in between the trials where he was instructed not to be anywhere that Lorena may find him. So he actually moved to Wyoming for a short bit, and he lived on a ranch, and he rode horses and bulls and cattle and stuff like that. And he got like sent. He was doing like an interview with this lady, and while he was doing the interview, they were like riding on horses, and she's like, "Doesn't that hurt?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't really think about it, but yeah, it does kind of hurt sometimes." And then they fucked for 6 months.
Fun.
What the fuck? That was a tattered.
Yeah.
Love at first ow.
The reporter lady.
Love at first ow. Shut up.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
But imagine that. Like, he's just going around every day in life. Every time he bounces, he's just like, ow, 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 ow. That's just his life.
Is it the Red Bull?
That's what happens when you have too much Red Bull.
Sir, do these pants come with a cup holder?
Okay, so smaller than this.
Please.
Oh, yeah. We have like a Red Bull-esque can right here. For
Well, how many ounces is that?
This is
How many
12.
ounces is that?
12 ounces.
This is
No, it's too
on.
big. You need a small one.
Can you put a
Let
vent
me
in it?
cut off the tip here.
Can you
So we got about maybe this size. How's that?
can you insert a little dent into it?
I don't know what she's watching, but I feel like it's not safe for work.
Nothing we ever do with the BooBois is ever safe for work.
This is research.
It's always research. My Google history is all research. Always.
So is this what his penis is? It does not look correct, bro. It does not look correct. It looks.
This isn't right.
His dick looks like Okay, so this looks like you guys ever see?
I see the dent.
See the dent.
I'm trying to think of what it looks like. It
worse.
looks like
There's
like
video.
silicone or bubble gum. But like, I'm trying to think of this something like okay, if Patrick from SpongeBob were real, that would be his arm. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what I mean? Like,
See, I was thinking that it looked like an uncooked, freshly packed sausage casing that was done really badly.
it looks like one of those worms that like comes out of the like one of those sea worms, sea cucumbers. It looks like a dick, but like if you were to squeeze it at the base and like force all of its fluid up into the top half, you know?
That's what it would look like.
I assume so.
Terrifying.
So Facebook won't let me send the link because I'm guessing they probably have the website like blocked because they're like, that's inappropriate content. I could send a screenshot of it though, just fine. But I sent you the link via Snapchat because that's, easier than, I guess, texting any of you. Anyway, but it's the whole, not the whole thing. It's supposed to be an hour long, but that's 25 minutes of it. And it's like, it starts from the beginning where they are just normal 90s guys, and then it's gets into them sucking the dick and stuff, so you get real up close and personal looks at it. So it looks a lot more fucked up in the video. It looks a lot more fucked up in the video than it does in that photo I sent, because they're moving it and it's moving.
You know what? You had me convinced with the picture. I don't need to delve
I'm not
further
gonna
into
watch
this.
that. Yeah.
It's so fucked up.
Yep, I agree.
And then he got to get that reversed. He had to have it taken out.
Why?
Because it stopped working?
Why? No, because look at it.
Come on.
Who looks at that and is like, yeah, I'm gonna ride that? No one.
There are problems.
I'm gonna watch it.
That's the most middle ground dick I've ever seen. Usually you can find them where they're really thick heads or really thick bases and nice switch swap. But never is it a tiny head, a thick middle, and a skinny base. That's weird.
That's weird. That's suspicious.
That's fucking
Oh yeah,
fucked up.
dude, that thing is so fucked.
You know
I'm
what
looking
that?
at it right now.
You know what that screams to me? That screams to me that he wanted a dick that felt big while he was holding it.
Just cover the face.
Mm-hmm.
Your own hand.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Are you watching the
That's
video?
so rude. Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
I wonder you have video off.
How far in did you go?
Getting hard.
Like, I'm just skimming through everything, and it's just like, what's wrong with it?
He got fat from his ass and injected it to his dick.
It's like a reverse Coke bottle. Because, like, a Coke bottle dip in, but then this one dips out. It's so weird. Also, I like how the video, even it's supposed to be about him, it like shows him barely because they're like, this is pretty fucked up. Like, it shows mostly the other actors.
Like, you are not the star here, dude. Your fucked up dick is the star here.
Well, it's
We don't
called
need to look at you.
Frankenpenis
We
for
know
a
you're
reason.
not actually a porn actor.
Yeah, it's like they no, but it's like they sign him on for the movie, but then they realize like this is not actually attractive. This is like really fucking weird. and so then they just edit him out of like most of the film.
They were like, yo, that's a real Franken dick right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, we were
You
just
know
joking,
what?
but damn, that thing is nasty.
That
Well,
shit
like where
looks
they
like a
start
dented
at, like,
rifle can.
Freaking
Well-
mini mart.
I kind of do think it's kind of a poetic justice there. I don't know poetic.
Well,
but
he
it's a
got it
little bit-
reversed, so it doesn't look like that anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, still,
Probably still
yeah,
sad.
go through
It probably looks fucked up still. I feel like they can't remove all the
his
fat.
penis looks good. There's
Yeah,
no way.
there's no way because like it got cut off, it got enlarged, it got then.
Yeah, it's over at that point, bro. As soon as it was chopped, it's over, bro. Start from scratch. Cut it off at the base. Start from scratch.
I mean, it looked okay when he had it just regularly sewn back on. It just looked
You
like
gotta
a normal
stem cell your
dick.
dick at that point.
I mean, he probably would have done better if he had just done what you said, Joey. Just cut it off at the base and then just use a strap on.
Yeah,
from that point
Yeah,
on.
what if he did, you know how they grew the ear on the back of the mouse?
Yeah.
So in a South Park episode, one of the characters had a sex change and then wanted a sex change back. So they grew a dick on the back of a mouse with stem cells. And I wonder if that's actually possible. You know, maybe not on a mouse, but if you can grow organs and body parts artificially through stem cells in weak sort of constructions, can you grow a dick? And I'm sure you can. It has to be possible, right?
Can you,
If you
Daniel?
can
What's
edit
that
genome,
for
you can
science?
grow a dick.
So I mean, perhaps on a human, but like but not on a mouse. A mouse is not.
Not on a mouse, but could you grow it in like a soup, I guess, of just cellular material with like a sort of like skeletal structure made of like some type of carbon type thing? Could you, if you have a sort of scaffolding of sorts for it to grow around, could you regrow the penis through stem cells? I'm sure you could, because I've seen kidneys and noses grown and shit. Like,
Yeah. Are you looking to start over, Joey?
no, I'm saying for this
How
dude's
can we
sake.
assist you with your new journey?
So,
Joey doesn't need a new dick. He gets fucked at least once a week. Remember, we learned this a few
Yeah,
episodes
Come on,
ago.
guys. Come on, guys.
That's
Keep up.
right.
In one ear out the other. Come on.
Not as much as he would like, but he does all
Hey
right.
guys,
I do decent.
all right.
come on. I know some girls. Too. A lot of girls.
See, it's not all in one ear and out the other.
The
We remember the bits about Joey's.
You know, all the dick stuff always gets remembered. Always.
This is uncomfy.
Wait, no, but Joey, I mean, yeah, they're trying to do that, I would assume, because there's a lot of transitional surgery for female to male transgender people, but they can't get it exactly right. So, I mean, I'm not sure why.
It is way easier to turn a dick into the gene
Yeah, of a
Splice
gene.
it. and turn it.
Then do the other way. Yeah, exactly. There's probably just not that much funding, right? Because you are right. They're able to like create a whole artificial heart and lungs and kidneys and stuff, and those are, I mean, at least by the amount of chemical interactions and stuff like that, those are a little bit more complicated, I would say. But it's probably because those obviously have a lot more funding and they're a lot more life critical. You can live without a penis as opposed to without a heart.
And like realistically, how many people are like going around losing their dicks in like relation to like people that have like bad hearts and like bad kidneys and stuff like that.
Or
Funny
transitioning.
you would ask.
What is
Because
this a segue?
following up with everything that happened with the Bobbitts, there actually ended up being a lot more cases where women were cutting off dicks of men for basically abusing them, and they kind of called it the Bobbitt system, where girls were getting their own
Don't twist
justice.
Don't shake it. Just bop it.
Bobbit.
Oh, God.
Bobbitt and Lobbit.
Bobbitt and Lob. Nice.
It does look like a Coke bottle. Ugh.
I know, right? It's nasty, isn't it? It's just so fucking.
There's like one part of it that's really fat for no reason. I do like the very 90s zoom-ins on the unbleached assholes of these porn stars.
I gotta say, I did not wake up this morning expecting our podcast to involve us live watching porn as part of our research.
I don't know if you can call this porn.
And there's a review.
This is who gets hot to watching this?
Oh God.
John Wayne Bobbitt. That's it.
You can tell
John
this is
Wayne
true.
Bobbitt watches this and he's like, yeah. Ew.
What would you find that's so nasty?
The
I don't
weird
want-
fat middle. And these two girls with their tiny little tongues poking it.
Have you ever watched porn and you see the guy come and you're just like, you need to drink more water?
Oh,
Yes.
Or you're drinking too much water. You are overhydrated. There's never a healthy amount. It's
That's
always
too
like,
much, bro.
Jesus Christ. Or like, dude, you need to see a doctor. Like,
The professionals have found
it's either
that
like
balance.
next to nothing or way too much.
So, like, it
Has he
used
ever
to
put a nipple in his mouth before?
It used to
doing?
look normal.
Are you just watching the porno right now?
That's what I said. This is part of like the research material now.
How'd you know?
Look at the
I don't wanna
BooBois
see this.
chat.
I don't either, but it's.
I don't
right
want to see this
next to
footage.
me.
He used to look normal. It used to look like a regular dick.
Mhm.
That was before he got it enhanced.
What happened? What's wrong with it?
They did it wrong.
When they enhanced it, they did it really wrong.
Yeah.
But before they enhanced it, it looked like a regular dick.
Yeah. Just probably kind of.
But he needed to drink more water. Good fucking God. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know, right? What was that? That was like little, like. It looked like little glue, like the little Elmer's glue.
Elmer's glue has more water in it than that.
That's true. Elmer's glue is more runny.
All the
They
ladies
rounded up a glue stick, and they're just like,
rubbing their titties.
She's still watching Frankenpenis. I didn't watch that far into it.
I clicked on the BooBois chat.
Wow.
Oh my.
This is not comfy.
This
No.
is terrifying.
This is the opposite of comf. This is oof.
This is ugh.
lovely Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
I mean, if you're not getting dick on this day, at least you can hear us talk about it.
You're welcome.
If it's any consolation to viewers, we're just as uncomfortable, if not more so.
Yeah, I'm very not.
I'm not.
comfy with comfy.
I don't mind.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Steering the ship. We can't have you lose focus.
Honestly, it's like his dick is disturbing, and then like how he touches titties is like next level down disturbing. Like it's like he's never seen one before.
I mean, he doesn't really strike me as the type for foreplay.
No, like obviously he's not, a skilled lover, but good God, man.
So, okay, so the video I sent to the BooBois chat is like in deep to that video to like find them actually doing that. There's 10 minutes of two girls trying to suck his balls and dick to get him hard.
Yeah,
10 minutes to do that.
that's too much.
No.
Yep.
If it's not already halfway there before the clothes even come off, we're not bothering.
Maybe
It's too much.
Was like playing the long game. He was like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. I'm gonna make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm helping you out, dude. Like he like chose the shitty doctor on purpose.
Is there a conspiracy here?
Well, so he chose his own doctor.
Oh, he chose. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he chose a shitty doctor.
Oh, he chose it. Okay, I see. Never mind.
Howard Stern just helped him get the money because you gotta help a brother out when his dick's in trouble.
Yeah,
Now, what's really funny about that is out of the 2 last pornos that he did, he made no money off of them because he had a really shitty manager who actually took 80% of all the money.
Wow.
And everything else went to
So he
taxes.
did get fucked.
So he finally did get fucked.
Yep.
After.
I mean, it continues on. He got really fucked.
All right, go on. Please.
We done watching porn now?
Yes.
Joey.
I think Joey's scarred.
So you can check back in.
I'm so scared.
He's like,
I've like closed the doors.
He signed up for Spooky Show, not.
Do we need a minute?
We're good.
he's alive. He's awake.
So John Bobbitt was such a fucking failure. He couldn't even bother to work at a strip club. They actually offered him the position as like a celebrity bouncer, but he was so enamored with himself that every time somebody came to the club, he'd end up talking to them and like convincing them to drink with him and stuff so much that the girls couldn't get any customers because people were too enthralled by him. So they ended up changing him from being a bouncer to a bartender. And when that didn't work out, from a bartender to a limo driver. And when that didn't work out, they were like, maybe you just shouldn't be here anymore. Well,
what a useless fuck.
In 1998, while that was still going on, he was still relatively famous. He'd go to expensive clothing brand stores and be like, I'm famous, give me free stuff. And they would be like, okay. And they'd give him free stuff. And then he would take it to another store somewhere else and return it. And so he ended up getting almost $140,000 just from doing this. And he got in trouble for it and had to go to jail for a short time. So the manager of the strip club that he had been working at felt bad and bailed him out. And while they were waiting on his bail and everything like that, he decided to take one of the strippers out of the state, which when you're on bail, you're not supposed to leave the state, and you still technically have to show up to court and potentially pay your bailsman. So he took a girl out of state and dipped. So he had been in Nevada, and he took her to New York and was like, we're going to stay out here now. And so she was basically paying for his apartment and stuff because he didn't have any money until she went to leave to go back to Nevada to make more money. And he was like, no, you can't leave. And she was like, well, I have to keep paying for stuff. And he's like, no, you're not. And he tied her up to the bed and kept her there for 3 days until she eventually was so tired she couldn't manage to do anything anymore. She decided to play dead. Anytime that he would try to check her pulse or check if she was still breathing, she would try to hold her breath and make like her heart slow down as much as she could, so that way he would think that she was dead. After 2 days of this, he finally like started gathering up the sheets and the blankets and wrapping her up, and she thought he was going to like dispose of her body. So she let him wrap her up until he like went to open the door, and she like got out of the blankets and like dipped and like got out of there as fast as she could.
Holy shit.
I understand why he keeps getting
It's just
so much attention.
He just,
right.
yeah.
Well,
It's not even a roller coaster. It's just a fucking fall.
she goes and tells the cops that he did all of this, but guess what?
Yeah,
They don't believe her.
She has no proof because
Of
she's
course.
not beaten and bloodied and bruised or anything. So they're just like, sure. And they convict him on harassment. So he does still get in trouble, but he doesn't get in trouble for kidnapping or raping or holding her hostage or anything like that. Just harassment. So he doesn't stay in jail for very long. Outside of that, he ended up being on a show, or he was supposed to be on a show called Celebrity Boxing 2, where he was actually supposed to be in a fight with another guy named Joey. And I'm going to butcher this name, but it's a fucked up sounding name anyway. But his name is Joey Buttfuckato.
Buttfuckato?
Buttfuckato.
It's Buttfuckato.
What the fuck at all?
But yeah,
Maybe you should put that.
he was also known for being basically a statutory rapist and they were supposed to duke it out, and he ended up not being able to do that because he got put in jail for beating up his third wife. Wow. His second wife...
Or fucking
Huh?
Bobbitt or the...
Clearly, this dude is a very
awful person.
What was I gonna say? Useful member of society. What's the word I'm looking for?
Obviously.
Contributing member of society.
So Lorena was his first wife. His second wife, he actually only was married to her for less than 90 days before she divorced him and wrote an entire memoir about like the short time that she was married to him. And then the third one, he ended up beating her so bad that she like took him to court, and she had proof, and he got in big trouble for that.
Oh.
And then he eventually got out, of course. And in 2014, he broke his neck in a car accident, and now he lives off of disability, so he doesn't have to worry about, like, trying to do all this random celebrity stuff for money. He's a huge Donald Trump fan. And when I say that, I mean he literally has personalized license plates on his car and motorcycle. His car says DJ Trump, and his motorcycle says Trump.
Yeah.
If he's disabled, how does he ride his motorcycle? Like, just curious about the broken neck thing.
No, he has like a neck injury, so it just like hurts sometimes.
Oh, okay.
He's not like physically disabled, like to the point where he can't move.
So he's one of the people that educates this personality to like Trump. Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah,
Word.
I don't understand why. Yeah, this guy just like so many things.
So many red flags in one person. It's amazing he's not Russian.
Well, and then, as of 2019, Lorena says that she still receives messages from him. Either he'll send her letters in the mail, he'll try and text her, he'll try to message her on Facebook, basically any means he can, even on Instagram, and try to basically convince her that he still loves her and send her Valentines, that they should, like, get together and have a baby because that would make them lots of money and all this and that, and them getting back together would be the ultimate proof of love everlasting and all this and that. And basically, she's just like, I cut his dick off. Why would you keep talking to me?
Yeah.
He literally makes multiple accounts to try and contact her.
Jesus, stalker.
I don't understand why. Okay, if he does all that, that's like stalking.
Yeah.
But
they don't do shit about stalkers unless they actually physically hurt you.
Yeah, it's kind of terrible, honestly.
She, on the other hand, didn't really do much like he did. She's never been married again, but she's been dating like the same guy since 95. And they have like 2 kids together, and she's just like a generic suburban mom, and she's been in the limelight a little bit because she like wrote a book, and she's done her best to try and like help people that have been abuse survivors and stuff like that, but she's not like trying to suck all the money in from being a celebrity.
Right.
This is kind of like the worst kind of celebrity. It's just like, I'm a celebrity for being a rapist.
Yeah. And he only was famous because at that time people just felt bad that his dick got cut off, and it wasn't legitimately like, oh, he's a rapist, haha, we should make him famous.
Yeah.
Is because they were like, oh, she's a crazy lady who cut his dick off. Oh, poor dick.
Just all these criminal celebrities. Another one is also 6'9".
There was a comedian who made a point where it's like thousands of girls in Africa get their clits cut off every day and nobody blinks an eye, but one guy in America gets his dick cut off and it's a worldwide sensation.
Yeah.
Who was the comedian?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Good.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So she stayed a suburban mom, and he's on disability. That's basically where cut back to the prison thing.
Yep. She's living her best life.
Yeah, I didn't know most of these details. I only knew like that the dude got cut off and they found him in the field. And then he did some weird stuff afterwards. But wow, what a smack.
He got invited to like the Playboy Mansion. He was on all sorts of TV shows. He was on Howard Stern's show from 94 until 2002 multiple times.
Howard Stern didn't give a shit. Howard Stern would have had anybody on, though. Thought he could make jokes about him.
True.
Yeah, but Howard Stern didn't make jokes about him. He made jokes about Lorena.
Oh, jeez.
Oof.
But Howard Stern's not necessarily known for being the best person either.
Yeah. He says. Yeah. Well, at least, I mean, it seemed like right after that whole stretch of time, I mean, besides all the harassment, obviously, years old, sounds like it, she didn't, like, her life wasn't that, was like, got a lot better, is what I'm trying to say. Thankfully.
Like she came out on top.
I mean, sure, she found a guy that was willing to, like, date her after that.
Yeah. And does the bare minimum of not be a giant douchebag to her.
At least, right?
Well, so they actually had been friends prior to, like, her cutting off dude's dick. And then after that happened, a couple of years went by, and then they were kind of like, we hit it off. And then they decided to, like, kind of start seeing each other.
Imagine finding out from, like, a TV show that your mom cut her ex-husband's dick off.
Well, and that's the thing. She had a kid, and at the age of 7 is when she kind of had to explain it to her daughter why people knew who she was.
Hey, just so you know, honey, well before you were born, Mommy was married to a different man, and he did some bad things. So Mommy cut his fucking dick off in his sleep and threw it in a field in front of a 7-Eleven. And then I called the cops and said I did it. What are you going to do about it? And the cops didn't do dick.
And you'll do the same thing if it ever happens to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, Mom.
One fell swoop. No sawing bullshit.
It's like, just like butter.
No serrations on this blade.
Nope.
That's true. Do you think it would, like, how easy do you think it is? Like, is it really just like a...
I mean, there's no bone in it.
I think it depends on your knife. And I think it also depends on if they're hard or if they're soft.
True.
But is it harder when it's hard or soft?
I think it would be harder while it's soft.
Yeah.
Really?
You ever cut raw chicken?
Yeah, I have.
Have you ever cut frozen chicken?
Yes. No.
Like semi-frozen, not like completely solid frozen.
Yeah, semi-frozen, yes. Yeah,
all right, so it's a lot easier to cut chicken when it's kind of frozen because it all stays together and you're just like... But if it's completely thawed, it's like stretchy and it's mushy and you gotta kind of like get into it.
Yes,
yeah.
You're right.
That's how I see it.
So she's like, your daughter's like, what do you mean? And she's like, come help mommy cook. And then like halfway.
See, but I also think if you have a sharp enough knife and you're holding it and you pull it upwards so you keep it to where the skin's taut, and it'd be really simple to just go right through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's just what I think.
I agree.
From my scientific background.
I don't think she'd be down for an interview.
I've never done it, but I feel like that'd be the easiest way to do it.
Sips wine. Non-suspicious.
What a lovely balance.
It started a really big movement with like feminists and stuff too. They were just like, girls are finally fighting back, and it's like, damn.
Fair. You're not wrong.
So wait, that what kind of mentioned before, is that actually a thing that came out in legislation that like marital rape is?
Oh yeah.
It literally.
It's because of that.
Marital rape was not illegal in the United States and nationwide until '93. It used to be only a state enforced policy if it had one at all. Like,
Jesus.
It was like the fact. This is something that I think needs to be emphasized for a lot of things for feminism nowadays. It's like not something that's really been accepted in culture until like recently, and it's still not accepted fully. Like,
yeah, they used to refer to it as husbandly rights.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like quite literally and legally, they were like, he has husbandly rights.
Yeah, because wives are supposed to be property.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, any questions, comments, or concerns?
I cannot even list off all the concerns.
Always concerns.
The biggest concern was the porn. I am so uncomfortable with that. I am not down with the sickness.
Not down with the thickness?
For me.
I'm not down with the thickness. That was gross.
that I'm glad that this Valentine's Day type of episode only comes once a year.
Down with the dick less. Get up, come on, get down with the dick less.
So just so you guys never take the fat from your ass and put it in your dick.
Your dick and go it into 7-Eleven. Get up.
Anything?
Let's Lorena get up. Come on, get down.
So if you did find a dick out in front of a 7-Eleven and you put it in a cup, does that just like make a whole new word for the word Slurpee?
My dick in a cup. My dick in a cup, girl. Yes, my dick in a cup.
Imagine you do that though, and you go in immediately just to get the refund.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Someone put a
refill.
dick in my Slurpee.
The refill. Just like a little.
Oof. Chili.
This dick is dented. Can I get a new one?
Oh no.
Just toss it on the hot dog roller.
It'll eventually melt and even out.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It's fat. Yeah.
It'll keep it nice and warm too in the meantime.
Toasty. Toasted. Any other questions? All right. Well, my name's Dalton.
I'm Ivy.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Joey.
We're the BooBois. Go ahead and make sure you follow all of our social media. We are the most active on Instagram. Keep an eye out for all the other crazy shenanigans we get into. And thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.